My name is Lea Audrey, and I'm a photographer, painter, jewelry maker, space curator, vibe creator. Sparkle is about being aware of yourself and the shine that you bring to not only your life, but the people in your life. So it's about being able to find the spark in yourself. What's cool about this show is that outside of showcasing works that I've created, I have my friends' work as well, giving newer artists and established alike a chance to share their voice too. So it's cool to be able to inspire people, because a lot of my friends that I asked, it was kind of more of a relaxed, like, hey, I'm doing this thing, would you like to hang something up? And some of them have never showcased before either. So I really like to inspire people to make a statement.
And how long have you been working towards this exhibition?
Technically a year, but I feel like I'm always working towards what I'm gonna do next.
And what are you doing next?
Well, I'm getting my master's degree in photography right now, so I'm trying to find a marriage of that between photography and interactive experiences. And I would say my next goal for myself is to be building like installations at music festivals.
And how do you envision these installations at the music festivals?
What I like about that space is that it takes different avenues of what I enjoy about the artistic community and marries them together. So you have music, you have art, and you have community all under one roof. And a lot of times, you're having life experience as well. You're meeting new people and you're experiencing, So I envision finding the common ground of the community that I'm in and making something based off of that.
I love that. Bringing it back to this exhibition, how did you get started working with photography?
My dad. My dad was always taking home videos of my brother and I when we were growing up, and my mom also was taking pictures. And for them, it was documentary, like this is our life and our family. But I, of course, was always like, when do I get to do it? And so he gave me an old camera of his, and it was just always interesting to me. But I liked magazines like J14, all those fun ones that had like little pictures of celebrities, or like the inside of CD covers. They would always have really staged out, fun themed things. That was like my first career goal. It's kind of like dead now because people don't buy CDs. But that's like what I really was like, oh, that's cool. They need someone to do that. And so I would just like find inspiration from fashion editorial spreads and paste them on my wall, and then just have my friends come over and do like photo shoots like in my parents' pool or like in their backyard. Like there's this picture, I wish I could find, that's just my friend in her homecoming dress like running through the forest in my parents' house,
Oh, that's amazing. So it sounds like you take a very organic approach to sort of developing your artistic career.
Yeah, I like to be inspired by the people I know. But it's not just about the person in the image, it's about the feeling, the atmosphere, and then also I think my connection with the subject helps me make the work too.
Do you have any other artists who are major influences on you as an artist? Like any other photographers?
Photographers, the first person that comes to mind is Jimmy Marble. He actually does a lot of film and like advertisement work, but he does very fun abstract work that I appreciate and have actually taken some direct inspiration from a few pieces in this gallery actually. I also really love Kandinsky, abstract painter, classic, but I really like how inspired he was by music and how he used that to also just make his interpretations of the feelings that the music was presenting to him and translate that to something visual.
I love that. Did you have a particular feeling that you were trying to develop with your photo series, Find Your Sparkle, which you have featured here?
I think I want each person to have an individual experience. Like I want them to feel what it is that they're feeling, but I want them to be tapped into that. Like you know, to be knowledgeable of like, oh, I'm having an emotion and it came from this experience.
Okay.
It could be anything. I'm open to it. I think everyone has their own experience, because how many times have you looked at a piece of work and the person right next to you gets something totally different, where you're like, oh, okay, that's not what I saw.
Do you have a special process for developing your film?
Developing my film, I don't do at this current moment personally. That will be a thing soon, but I do a lot of handheld like manipulation. So I work all in analog at this point. I like to use unconventional found items. Like if you've ever seen Project Runway and they're like, make a dress out of construction materials. It's kind of like that, but with photography. I'll take like the back of an old CD or a glass prism and I'll shoot through that and I'll experiment and I'll see how I could create things that people would typically do in post, but in real time.
What do you feel like your biggest challenge is as a photographer?
Photographer or artist, or both?
Both.
Always imposter syndrome. I mean, I've been taking pictures for more of my life than I can remember, and I still sometimes find myself asking if I'm good at it, even though I know I am deep inside, you know? And I think that that's a universal creative thing. So when I find the secret to navigating that, I'll definitely share.
Please. No, I also want to know that. Do you have any advice for a younger artist who would want to put on a show like this, or just create art in general?
Yeah, two things. One is to just do it, because people are like, I don't know how you do it, and I'm like, I don't know how I do it either. I have no idea how I got here, besides just saying I'm gonna do it and then doing it. But also really having good people in your network is also very important. You know, you can't build community and like get appreciation for what you're doing if you don't have good relationships, you know. And in the creative space, that's so important, because creatives want to work with people they like. And so if people don't like the energy that you bring, you may not get the opportunities that you want. So it's just important to curate the people around you and be sure of their intentions too.
How do you like the supermarket as a space for an exhibition?
I love it. I'm so lucky that I ended up here. I was recommended the bakery from another student, and I stumbled upon this venue, and I think they're also their focus on community and upcoming artists and giving opportunity and visibility to creators of any kind is so important.
Why is Sparkle an important exhibition?
I think it's important that everybody can recognize their value and what makes them unique as a person, whether they're creative or not. And so I hope that, if nothing else, people at least think about that while they're in the space.
Is there anything else that you want to say as an artist, as a curator, about Sparkle?
Just don't ever forget that the spark is inside. It lives in you.
All right.
That's all I got.
Lea Audrey.
Thank you.